What's going on, guys? Kitsune TCG here, back with another video, and then today I thought I would take a look at another really kind of strong deck in this current format. Wouldn't say it's up there competing tier 1, but definitely like a very strong like tier 2 deck in Vanquish Soul. And it's a very interesting kind of deck because you do have to make a lot of like interesting deck building decisions. So I thought I'd just kind of quickly go over what the deck looks like and kind of what I've chosen so far. So you do have to have 3 Raisin, obviously. This is the card that you want to see in every hand. So many of the cards you play are to see this, and there's definitely a lot more options that you have that you can kind of do to end up trying to see it. 3 Mad Love, just another really kind of great one. This just gets you into like any of your like spell traps. You have the 1 Pantera. You really need to play this more so than anything just for the Earth, just because a lot of them obviously involve revealing our Earth. 2 Jiaolong. It's probably almost, I would say, the second best one in the deck. Just being able to search out any like Vanquish Soul card for you, kind of just fixes anything else that you need, is pretty good. We have 2 of the Barricade. Obviously, just really great. I mean, it can do a lot of burn. It can do some burn, which is pretty nice. In some situations, but obviously the best thing about it is just being able to be a draw engine for you. The Kaiser, this is another really kind of thing, and this is obviously the one that you want to have on there for interruption. Just being able to kind of quick effect pop a card is really good. 3 Stake Your Soul. Again, kind of another reason, being able to reveal a monster and then summon a Vanquish Soul of that same type really just kind of allows you to kind of go into anything that you need. 1 Dust Devil and 1 Continue. Other things that you can kind of grab off of Mad Love or even the Snow Devil. Really just need to play one of each of these. Snow Devil is obviously really great, just being a, at any point blow up the board. Continue and Dust Devil have like some other application as well, so really just kind of depends on the hand and like what you're able to do. You are playing 1 Durandal and 1 Rhoda. Again, just more options for you to be able to search out Raisin, which really is the only thing you're trying to do. 3 Fenrir. Another really great, just Earth monster, plus it obviously has its really great effect on field, so, worth playing in any deck overall, but in this one it obviously has a little bit more options. Plus the Rise Heart, so, when you go Fenrir, you can either search another Fenrir if you need an Earth, or you can search Rise Heart if you need a Fire in hand. Really just kind of depends on the hand that you have. 3 Ash Blossom. 3 Shifter. Obviously really great, both of these, either being a Fire, being Dark. DD Crow, another really great Dark card, plus, it has a lot of really good application in the current format. Now you are playing Ghost Mourner Moonlit Chill. Wind doesn't have any, correlation to anything in the deck, but because you do often play Shifter, you can't play things like Veiler, and since you're already maxing out on Imperm, you just needed something else to kind of just have as like a hand trap. 3 Prosperity, just kind of fix anything that you may need in the hand, and then finally 3 Imperm. So a, 40 card list, or 41 card list. Really like the deck overall. I think, there's a few things that you can kind of change around ratio-wise, maybe hand trap-wise, but, some of these are just kind of like things that you need to play for additional, like, attributes, so not the greatest amount of, like, kind of wiggle room, but there are some things that you can kind of change around depending on, like, what you need. But I'll quickly kind of go over the extra deck, and we'll go from there. Alright, and then just quickly going over the extra deck here, we are running Abyss Dweller. This is definitely a must-run in this deck, since it's really easy to make rank 4s. This has a pretty good matchup against Unchained and Tyr, which are both not just popular decks, but they are really good in the format, so definitely a must-run. Exciton Knight, I like it overall. This could definitely be, anything else that you want, but it's, I think, pretty useful. Again, rank 4, pretty easy to make in this deck, but just something you kind of threaten before you go into like something like a Zeus. Just kind of gives you something else to use. Gaga Cowboy, this could, be anything else as well. There's like a few kind of like different flex spots in this deck overall. It could even be the new Battling Boxer, Exceed, just to give you another way to go into Raisin, but you know, I just kind of like this in here as a way to do like some additional damage if needed. Baguska, this is actually, I would say, a must-run like alongside Dweller. You know, there are going to be some times where you get hand-trapped and you just have no follow-up. Go into a Baguska and, you know, you really can just kind of like play off of that. Not a lot of decks are going to be able to do a whole lot underneath that. Obviously some can, but, you know, just kind of give you a little bit of wiggle room in some matchups. Plus, you do have the ability that you can summon this and attack, you know, just straight up like in a normal combo and go the Xiaolong, Reveal of Fire, switch this to defense, and then, you know, lock down your opponent's board on their turn, which, you know, can be pretty fun. So it really just kind of depends. Like, it can actually even be a part of the combo if you use it right. Plus, you are playing the Zeus to kind of round out the Exceeds, which, you know, I think this is definitely another kind of like must-have in the deck. We are running 3 Rock of the Vanquisher. Obviously, this is the most important, you know, card probably in the extra deck, just being able to, you know, give you that additional summon on your opponent's turn, you know, maybe add back the Raisin on your turn. Really just kind of depends on like what you need it for. Great effect overall. You do have the Security Dragon. Really just easy monster to go into. Just takes 2 monsters and you're just able to threaten, you know, bounce back something your opponent controls. So something really kind of great to have. Hita, you know, this deck is playing obviously a lot of like fires, so something you can kind of make it take advantage of to go in, you know, something like Access Code Talker if you're just trying to go for game. Same reason you're playing Dark, you obviously again have a lot of Darks in the deck. SP Little Knight, really just that one goes without saying, the great card overall in the format. Plus if you compare it with something like an IP, you know, go IP into SP Little Knight, you get the additional banish on your opponent's turn. Just really kind of great combo overall. And then Access Code and Underworld Goddess. Access Code obviously to kind of go for game. Underworld Goddess is really just there to be a main deck out for something like, you know, Pearly, or really just any monster that's unaffected. So just kind of having this, you know, you can even set up IP, but usually you're not really leaving too many monsters on the board on your opponent's turn, so not probably the, you know, you're not probably going to see that super often, but it is something you can obviously technically do. So really just kind of depends on what, you know, the kind of situation you find yourself in. But overall, you know, I think this deck has a lot of kind of like different like wiggle room and options. I really think that your only, you know, required cards in the deck are SP, IP, Access, plus the 3 Rock, and then, you know, your Baguska, Zeus, and Abyss Dweller. So you really have like a lot of like different flex spots that you kind of really just kind of make this deck your own. So I really enjoyed the deck overall. I think it's really fun. I've taken it to a few locals, and it, you know, does pretty well against a lot of the top decks. You just kind of have to, I think, be pretty familiar with the matchups, but I think that's kind of just the case for like any deck overall. But overall, I really do, like I said, I think this has been pretty fun. Something I probably will, you know, kind of continue to play more so in like the upcoming formats. Really great if we would get some additional support that would kind of maybe take it to the next level, or if a ban list just kind of like, you know, corrects a lot of the other things. But overall, really do find the list pretty fun, and I will see y'all next time.